Now, I'm not just talking about saying a few words and hoping something happens. No, I'm talking about a force so powerful that it has built nations, restored lives, and turned impossibilities into stepping stones. Prayer and belief are not just spiritual concepts. They are principles of success, prosperity, and transformation. Prayer is more than just words spoken in quiet moments. It is a powerful tool that aligns the mind with possibility. When a person prays, they are not merely expressing hopes and desires. They are engaging in a process that reshapes their thinking, strengthens their focus, and opens the door to new opportunities. One of the greatest limitations people face is the barrier of their own thoughts. Many individuals are stuck in cycles of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, not because they lack ability or resources, but because their minds are conditioned to see obstacles instead of opportunities. Prayer changes that. It shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is possible. When a person prays, they begin to train their mind to operate with expectation rather than hesitation. Consider the way the mind works. It tends to gravitate toward what it repeatedly focuses on. If someone constantly entertains thoughts of failure, disappointment, and defeat, their mind begins to accept those outcomes as inevitable. But when a person engages in prayer, they disrupt that cycle. They replace thoughts of defeat with thoughts of hope. They replace fear with faith. This mental shift is not just spiritual, it has a direct impact on attitude, decision-making, and even physical well-being. A person who prays with faith starts to see solutions where others see roadblocks. They develop a mindset that actively looks for possibilities rather than limitations. Another powerful aspect of prayer is that it reinforces positive expectation. When someone prays, they are essentially declaring, "I believe something good is coming." This expectation influences behavior. A person who expects good things to happen begins to prepare for those good things. They start making decisions based on the belief that success, breakthroughs, and opportunities are within reach. This is why people who have strong faith often seem to walk with a different kind of confidence. They are not living based on their current circumstances alone. They are living based on what they believe is possible. Prayer also has a way of breaking negative thought patterns. Many times, people carry limiting beliefs shaped by past failures, disappointments, or negative influences. These beliefs act as invisible chains, holding them back from taking bold steps forward. But through prayer, the mind begins to detach from those limitations. A person who prays consistently and sincerely starts to develop a new inner dialogue. Instead of saying, "I can't," they start saying, "With faith, I can." Instead of fearing failure, they start believing in success. It is no coincidence that some of the most resilient and successful people in history have been individuals who prioritized prayer. They understood that prayer does not simply change external circumstances, it changes the way the mind perceives those circumstances. When the mind is aligned with possibility, action follows. And when action is fueled by belief, results become inevitable. Prayer is not just about seeking divine intervention. It is about preparing the mind to receive, recognize, and embrace the opportunities that are already within reach. Belief is the driving force behind every meaningful action. Before a person takes a step toward anything, whether it's success, personal growth, or a major life change, they must first believe that step is worth taking. Without belief, action is hesitant, inconsistent, or completely absent. But when belief is strong, it fuels determination, consistency, and resilience, turning mere intentions into tangible results. Every great achievement in history started with belief. No invention, no breakthrough, no revolution ever happened without someone first believing that change was possible. A person who does not believe in the possibility of success will never take the necessary risks, put in the required effort, or persist through challenges. On the other hand, someone with an unshakable belief will find a way even when the odds are against them. Belief influences behavior in ways most people don't realize. It affects how a person speaks, thinks, and interacts with the world. A person who believes in their ability to succeed walks with confidence. They communicate with clarity. They approach challenges with an expectation of victory rather than a fear of failure. This mindset shapes their decisions. and those decisions determine their outcome. The opposite is also true. A person who doubts themselves at every turn will hesitate, overanalyze, and ultimately miss opportunities simply because they do not believe they are capable. The power of belief is evident in how people set and pursue their goals. Someone who truly believes they can achieve something will structure their life around that belief. They will wake up earlier, work harder, and push through obstacles because their belief fuels their commitment. They don't just try to make something happen, they operate as if it is already on its way. Their actions align with their expectations. They invest their time, energy, and resources into what they believe is possible. On the other hand, a lack of belief leads to inaction. People who doubt themselves often procrastinate, make excuses, or avoid taking risks. Even when opportunities present themselves, they hesitate because deep down, they don't think they're ready or worthy. Their lack of belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They don't take action, so they don't see results, which reinforces their doubt. Meanwhile, those who believe move forward, take chances, and create momentum, which strengthens their confidence even further. Belief also determines how a person responds to setbacks. Everyone faces difficulties. But the difference between those who rise and those who fall is how they interpret those challenges. A person with strong belief sees obstacles as part of the journey, not the end of it. They keep going, adjusting their strategies, but never doubting their potential. But someone without belief sees challenges as confirmation that they weren't meant to succeed, and they give up too soon. Every action begins with belief. A person who believes in their ability to change, grow, and succeed will take steps that align with that belief. And as they take action, their belief strengthens, creating a cycle that leads to unstoppable momentum. The law of expectation states that what you consistently expect, whether good or bad, tends to manifest in your life. Expectation is more than just hope. It is a deep-seated belief that influences thoughts, emotions, and actions. People who expect great things to happen naturally position themselves to receive opportunities, while those who expect failure unknowingly create obstacles that block their own success. Expectation shapes the way people approach their goals. When someone truly expects to succeed, they operate with a different level of confidence. They move forward with purpose, make decisive choices, and prepare themselves for the outcomes they desire. This mindset affects every aspect of life, career, relationships, health, and personal growth. The way a person thinks about the future influences how they behave in the present. A person expecting success will take steps in alignment with that expectation, while someone expecting failure will hesitate, doubt, and hold back. This principle works in both directions. If someone constantly expects setbacks, their mind becomes attuned to seeing difficulties instead of possibility. They unknowingly sabotage their own efforts, making decisions based on fear rather than confidence. Even when opportunities arise, they hesitate, doubt themselves, or assume something will go wrong. Over time, this pattern of negative expectation creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. They don't try because they assume they will fail, and by not trying, they guarantee failure. On the other hand, when a person expects positive outcomes, they develop a mindset of readiness. They prepare for opportunities before they arrive. They invest time in learning, refining their skills, and positioning themselves for success. When the right moment comes, they are already prepared to seize it. This is why people who expect to succeed often appear lucky. It's not luck, it's preparation meeting opportunity. Their expectation caused them to take actions that aligned with success long before it became visible. Expectation also affects how people respond to challenges. Those who expect difficulties to be temporary see them as part of the process rather than an endpoint. They persist, adapt, and push forward because they anticipate success on the other side of struggle. However, those who expect failure often interpret setbacks as confirmation of their fears. Instead of pushing through, they retreat, reinforcing the very outcome they were afraid of. The power of expectation extends beyond personal effort. It influences how others perceive and respond to you. People who carry themselves with confidence and expectation of success tend to attract opportunities, support, and collaboration. Others are drawn to those who believe in their own potential because belief is contagious. Conversely, people who expect failure often communicate uncertainty in their words, body language, and actions, causing others to doubt them as well. A person's expectations determine their reality. Whether they realize it or not, their thoughts and beliefs are shaping the outcomes they experience. Those who master the law of expectation understand that success begins in the mind. By expecting the best, they set the stage for results that align with their vision. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but they are not the final word on a person's destiny. They are not roadblocks meant to stop progress. They are tests designed to strengthen faith and resilience. Too often, people see difficulties as a sign that they are on the wrong path or that success is out of reach. In reality, challenges are opportunities to grow, refine one's mindset, and prove just how committed one is to their goals. When adversity strikes, people tend to react in one of two ways. Some see it as confirmation of their doubts and give up, believing that their circumstances dictate their future. Others recognize it as a test, a moment that requires perseverance and trust in something greater than the immediate situation. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is how they respond to difficulty. Those who allow challenges to shake their belief often abandon their dreams too soon, while those who stand firm in faith push through and emerge stronger. Every successful person has faced moments where the odds seemed impossible. The only reason they made it through is that they refused to let those moments define their fate. They understood that hardship was not a signal to quit, but a call to rise higher. They endured rejection, failure, and setbacks not because they were immune to doubt or pain, but because they believed in something greater than their current struggles. Their faith carried them when their circumstances suggested otherwise. Challenges reveal what a person truly believes. It is easy to have faith when everything is going smoothly, but the real test comes when things fall apart. Does a person still hold on to their vision when nothing is working in their favor? Do they still believe in their potential when they face setbacks? This is where faith is either solidified or abandoned. Those who succeed are the ones who maintain belief even in the face of uncertainty. They refuse to let temporary struggles convince them that their goals are impossible. Difficulties also serve another purpose. They refine character. Without resistance, there is no growth. Just like a muscle must be strained to become stronger, faith must be tested to become unshakable. The struggles people face today are preparing them for greater responsibilities and opportunities in the future. Without these tests, there would be no development of resilience, patience, or wisdom. What seems like an obstacle is often the very thing shaping a person into who they need to be for the next level of their journey. People who allow challenges to determine their fate end up living a life far below their potential. But those who embrace difficulties as a test of their faith develop the mindset and strength needed to rise above them. The road to success is never smooth, but for those who keep believing, keep pushing, and keep trusting, every challenge becomes another step toward victory. Faith determines the outcome, not the hardship itself. Faith without action is merely wishful thinking. It is not enough to believe in a better future, a greater opportunity, or a new beginning. There must be movement toward it. Many people pray for success, healing, or breakthroughs, but they remain in the same position, waiting for something to change. The reality is that faith is not passive. It demands effort. It requires stepping forward even when the outcome is uncertain. It calls for preparation, persistence, and discipline. Without action, faith is just an idea, but when combined with effort, it becomes a powerful force that transforms lives. History has shown that those who achieve great things are not just dreamers, they are doers. They believe in a vision, but they also take consistent steps toward making it a reality. A farmer does not simply pray for a harvest and then sit back, hoping for crops to grow. He plants seeds, waters the soil, and tends to the field because he understands that faith works through action. He trusts in the process, knowing that his labor will produce results. In the same way, anyone seeking success must put in the work while maintaining faith that the effort will pay off. Many people become frustrated when they see no progress in their lives, but the question is, have they taken action? Have they invested time in learning, improving, or building? Have they positioned themselves for the opportunities they are praying for? Some wait for the perfect moment, but faith is about stepping out even when the path is unclear. It is about trusting that each step forward brings them closer to their goal. The moment a person begins to take action, even in small ways, things start to shift. Challenges often arise as a test of faith, but those who take action despite obstacles prove their belief is real. If a person prays for success in business but never starts, their faith is incomplete. If someone desires good health but refuses to change their habits, they are not fully committed to the outcome they claim to believe in. Faith must be backed by movement. It is the fuel that keeps a person going when results are not immediate, and it is the mindset that allows them to persist through setbacks. Opportunities favor those who are prepared. Many people believe in success but never take the time to develop the skills necessary to handle it. They hope for financial abundance but never learn how to manage money. They desire leadership but never work on personal growth. Those who combine faith with action, however, prepare themselves in advance. They act as if their breakthrough is inevitable, and in doing so, they attract the very things they seek. The combination of faith and action creates unstoppable momentum. The moment a person takes a step forward with conviction, doors begin to open. Faith gives vision, but action turns vision into reality. When both are present, there is no limit to what can be achieved. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is a mindset that shifts how a person experiences life. It has the power to transform situations, open doors, and attract more of what is good. When people focus on what they already have instead of what they lack, they position themselves to receive even more. Gratitude is not just about appreciation. It is a force that multiplies results by changing the way a person thinks, acts, and responds to opportunities. People who cultivate gratitude tend to see life differently. Instead of dwelling on problems, they focus on possibilities. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, they find lessons in them. This shift in perspective creates a mindset that is naturally inclined toward growth. When someone constantly complains about what they do not have, they become blind to the opportunities right in front of them. But when they acknowledge and appreciate the blessings already present, they open their minds to new possibilities. Gratitude also strengthens resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and those who lack gratitude often become overwhelmed by difficulties. They focus on what is wrong, which leads to frustration and discouragement. But a grateful person finds reasons to keep going, even in tough times. They recognize that every difficulty carries a lesson, and every setback is temporary. Because of this, they are able to maintain their motivation and push forward, leading to greater success over time. Opportunities tend to come to those who appreciate them. People who are thankful for small wins are more likely to experience bigger victories. This is because gratitude keeps them in a state of awareness and readiness. When someone takes success for granted, they stop putting in effort and opportunities slip away. But when they remain grateful for every step forward, they maintain the drive to keep growing. Gratitude keeps the mind sharp, the heart open, and the spirit prepared for greater things. Relationships also thrive on gratitude. Whether in business, friendships, or family, people are naturally drawn to those who appreciate them. A person who consistently expresses gratitude builds stronger connections and earns the trust and support of others. In contrast, those who take people for granted often find themselves isolated. Gratitude has a multiplying effect. Not only does it bring more blessings into a person's life, but it also strengthens the relationships that help make success possible. Even in financial matters, gratitude plays a role. Those who are thankful for what they have tend to manage their resources wisely. They make better financial decisions, recognizing the value of what they already possess. They attract more abundance because their mindset is not focused on scarcity, but on growth. People who constantly complain about money often struggle, not because they lack opportunities, but because they are focused on what is missing rather than what can be built. Gratitude is a powerful tool for success. It shifts the mind toward abundance, fuels resilience, strengthens relationships, and attracts more of what a person desires. The more someone appreciates what they have, the more life gives them to appreciate.